Hey, what is up, everyone? It is Rich. All right, welcome to a video. So, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at heritage auctions, their past sale items. And I thought what we would do is we'd look at some of the highest selling comic art of all time. So, just going into this, there's Frazetta and there's Wrightson and this other stuff. We're looking at comic art, okay? And in particular, interiors. Like, if you want to come back and check this stuff out, you can just go to the Heritage site and look yourself. But we're going to focus on comic art today. So the first one that caught my eye, and I didn't see this auction, but I've heard people talking about the Secret Wars stuff. And so this page went for $3,360,000. This is a Mike Zeck Secret Wars page. I mean, that is unbelievable. I, I I hope Zach was the person that's selling it. I don't know. Let me see something really quick. We won't be able to tell who sold it, but what I wanted to see is there were three inkers on this issue, so it is unclear which one worked on this page. It could be John Beatty, Jack Abel, or Mike Esposito. Um, but you have to guess that Zach sold the piece. Like he probably when they split up the art, uh, more likely he sold the piece at some point. No, it is very possible that he sold it himself, but that's really not the point of it. But that is impressive, man. 3,300,000 for this is nuts. That is crazy. All right, so we've got the Frank Miller, Lynn Varley, Dark Knight #1 cover. That's a banger. 2 million bucks for you know this. It's fun. A lot of fun. A lot of fun. Man, it's crazy because as a comic book artist, this is really cool. This just recently sold June 21st, $840,000 for this cover. It's pretty cool. But yeah, comic art is no joke, man. It really isn't, and it's never gotten cheaper. It's always gone up in value. I mean, there's granted there are things that don't appreciate in value like other things, but I've really never seen it roll backwards, to be honest. And the amount of time that I've been around comics, which is very very cool. It's neat that um, it's so solid. And here we go. Look at this. Oh, I didn't see the price. Sorry, let me just go back one real quick. This one went for 840 grand too, and this sold in 2021. Very very cool piece. God, 840 grand. Wally Wood. Okay. Let's continue, shall we? I don't know why it's not going back. Here we go. All right, Fritz the Cat. This went for 700 grand. This, this guy's crazy. He's got zigzag rolling papers. What in the world is Fritz the Cat up to? All right, Stoned again. More Robert Crumb. 690,000 for this one. And we got a McFarlane. $657,000 for this cover. I'm nearly sure This one went a few years ago. Let me see. When was this? Yeah. Oh, wow. 2012. Interesting. I wonder what this would go for now. This is over a decade ago that this piece sold. That's a long time in comic art. You know, gosh, I'd only be guessing. You can't really tell with this stuff. Here's the reason why: is my joke is always, and it's based in reality. It just takes two crazy people to bid something up. All you need is two people that want the piece badly enough and are willing to, you know, go for it. And auctions can do all kinds of crazy things. So most art collectors that I've ever met generally prefer to buy art from artists rather than even dealers because everything is increasing the price. So this is Herb Trimpe, Jack Abel, Incredible Hulk 180, final page of 32, and it's the first ever appearance of Wolverine. Let's take a little sneaky peek at this. Look at little Wolverine. He's so cute. His claws are hysterical. His little boots. He's got a very big belt buckle. And this went for how much? So 2014, it went for 657,000. Now this one, I feel very confident in saying that I think that this will go for quite a bit more now. I couldn't tell you how much because really no one could, but it wouldn't surprise me if this would go over 2 million. It's the first appearance of Wolverine. Wolverine is legit. I mean, it could theoretically even maybe creep up into that 3 mil category because it's tough, man. Spider-Man is probably a more iconic character, but the black suit Spider-Man went for 3,360,000. First appearance of Wolverine. See, and that's why for this cover, I'm not 100% sure how much more this piece could go for now. Even though this was 12 years ago, this one to me feels like maybe it's close to where it's gonna maybe stay, which is an incredible amount. There's no shame in that, but it's not a first appearance of either character as far as I know. I mean, I know it's not of the Hulk or Spider-Man. So here's a Jack Kirby, Chick Stone Tales of Suspense splash page. It's a nice piece. It's nothing that I'm like I haven't seen this used a million times for things. Now, if you're a big Kirby fan, maybe you would disagree, but I think it's a nice, Captain America piece. Little stuff going on with the original. Not anything bad, but that went for 630 grand. And that was in 2022, so not bad. Let's see here. Oh, I love this cover. I actually have this comic. I have two copies of it. So Neil Adams Batman 251 cover, the Joker. This one for 600,000 in 2019. My guess is this would go for more now. I think that this would go for more now. This could creep over 1 million. This was probably, I don't know what it would have been, some sort of maybe logo. Like in something to do with this, possibly. I don't know that for a fact, but yeah, I'm not really sure what that would have been. Bernie Krigston. So this is an 8-page story. Master Race, 600,000. We won't go through all the panel to panel stuff, but check it out. It's kind of got a little bit of a Toth vibe to me. Okay, I can't get that. All right, now what's it doing? This page is fighting me. All right, here we go. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of Alex Toth. Well, not exactly, but it's got a little bit of that vibe. All right, what do we have here? Don Hack, Tales of Suspense, Iron Man. This is a single page, so this went for 552,000. Okay. Frazetta, Famous Funnies. Oh, this is a classic. I said we wouldn't look at Frazetta, but I meant the paintings. Like, this is a comic piece, so that's fine. Really, really great image, and very. I would consider this quite an iconic cover. Now, what year did this sell? It sold in 2019 for 500 grand. It could definitely. It could squeak up a bit. I could see that. That's really nice. Yeah, super cool. I always felt like Kevin Nolan. Some of the like the shading that Kevin Nolan does reminds me a little bit of that. Just a touch. All right, let's continue. We'll get a few more. I don't want to make this video too long. But figure. So this is Frank Miller, Klaus Janson. This is Dark Knight Returns, pages 45 and 46. Iconic Joker death, original art. Now this sold in 2023 and went for what was it, 500 grand, 550. I honestly, that sounds pretty fair. If we're existing in the world where the art's selling for as much as it is, what we've seen up to this point, I would think 2 pages from Batman Dark Knight with Batman and Joker and the death of Joker, or is it the death of Joker? I guess. It seems significant in the story, but I mean 500 grand is a lot of money, so who am I to say, right? That's your biggest fear as you move through your career, as you get deeper into it, as you almost you like that the fear of like, did I ever sell anything? Oh my god! So this went for 500 grand. Holy cow! I love this piece. I actually like the, or I guess this is the one. Yeah, I do really like this piece. $500,000 for this. It's so crazy because it's one of those things. Like, obviously, I've worked at Wildstorm and I'm friends with Jim. But I mean, like, so this is triple gatefold three. Yeah, it's 3 boards. So back like maybe 10, 12 years ago, uh, I did a piece with Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman on it with Jim. It wasn't as iconic as this, and it wasn't obviously Jim and Scott Williams. And it went for a lot, and a lot more than I thought. Like when I saw the asking price that they put on it, I kind of thought I was like, man, I don't know if anyone would spend that much on it. Not Jim, but I'd never been associated with anything that was that expensive. But it did end up selling. But I mean, say when they finish this, if they went like, well, let's go for a crazy price. We'll put it like 80 grand. 80,000 for 3 boards, a brand new cover, or this isn't brand new now. It was probably 14 years ago. But um I mean that would be really good money for that. But the fact that this sold for a 500,000 is just bananas. It's so crazy. So this sold June 16th, 2022, but the piece was done in 2003. So you figure maybe let's say that they sold it in 2008 and they got 80 grand for it, or whatever, 100 grand, 120,000. That's a huge increase in value. Huge. Okay. Alex Raymond. This is a Sunday, so not necessarily comic book, but still comic art. Sorry, won't let me zoom in more. Usually their zoom is pretty big, but for whatever reason this one won't go further. All right. Let's go back to more. Ooh, Jack Kirby, Joe Sinnott. So this one for 480,000. And it is always important, like if you're gonna, if you're getting into original art collecting and stuff like that, obviously this is the deep water. But always make sure you check what the date is of the piece if you're looking at completed auctions, because heritage has been around a long time, and you may look at an auction and see something that's sold for thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars even, and not realize that it was sold in like 2007 or 2013, and the stuff will increase in value, so you just want to be mindful of that. This is a very nice cover. Fantastic Four 86, Doctor Doom in particular now. So when did this sell? 2021. You know, it probably would go for more now, with the hype around Doom. You got Jack Kirby, Senate. This could be 700 to a mil. No, maybe. Again, don't quote me on any of these. Don't invest based on my. So Calvin and Hobbes. Let's see. We'll look at this, even though it's not comics. It's hard to pass up a color Calvin and Hobbes. So, as I've always said with Bill Watterson's stuff, he doesn't sell his original art. Any original art that's out on the market, as far as I'm aware, is something that he gave as a gift. And you can see it says for Lee with best wishes, Bill. And at some point, Lee sold it, or is selling it now, or his estate is selling it, or whatever. But anyway, yeah, very, very rare to get an opportunity to buy Calvin and Hobbes' original art. He never merchandised the two characters other than book collections, as far as I know. So, pretty interesting guy. He really stuck to his guns on what he wanted to do with the thing. So here's a Miller. And this sold in 2013. That's 11 years ago. A long, long time in comic art world. So it's funny. I never really put it together that the Keith Giffen Trencher stuff, although I always thought of it as kind of a Bisley thing, it's got a little bit of this. There's a little bit of this kind of stuff going on. I'm not saying that he was into it. It just reminds me of it. So here's a John Romita Sr. and Frank Giacoia Amazing Spider-Man 100 cover. Very iconic cover to me. Maybe not considered. I don't know. Like I was gonna say, I don't know if it's considered one of the best Amazing Spider-Man covers, but it's definitely memorable. This one for 480. Was it 480? Yeah, 478. And it sold in 2018. Very cool. Very cool. It's always fun to see all this stuff. The spider or the man? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Another Dark Knight, number 3 splash, right? Yeah, this is a splash page. So this sold in 2011. Holy cow. It was almost half a mil. It was 448. $448,000 in 2011. That is a grip of dough in 2011 for this. That is a lot of money. Obviously now would more likely be worth more. So here's a Neil Adams Green Lantern 76 cover. It's a pretty iconic cover. I don't know for Neil Adams fans where they would place this in like Neil's canon, but I recognize it. And Neil is quite a long time before I started collecting comics, but I'm familiar with this piece. So oh, and it's got the quote. Like I don't know. I doubt this is the first time he said it. Maybe it's like kind of always been his rap. I don't really know Green Lantern that well. But anyway, he's saying the line. That's got to be a little extra bonus. Let's see what it says about it. Oh man, that's a lot of words. Let's, um, I don't know. So I don't know. They're saying that this auction went forward with Neil's blessing, but I don't really know what the circumstances were around it. It's sounding to me like Neil didn't sell it himself. So I don't know. I mean, you don't really have any legal say unless the piece of art was stolen, years ago or something along the lines of that. I guess. But um, this is nice. Oh, really nice piece. Let's see. This went for 432,000. This is a Dave Cockrum X-Men 98 cover. Really, really nice. Yeah, that's super cool. Okay. It doesn't like when I do it that way. Let's see. Steve Ditko. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 18, splash page. Splash page 1. Okay, so it's the, like, opener. Okay, it's not behaving. Oh, here we go. It's funny. I've seen this done after this. I don't know if it was like a reference to him or I don't know. This is nice. I like this. This Spider-Man pose is really cool. This is cool too. He looks funny, but it's nice. Okay. And let's see what else do we got. Come on. Herb. Oh, Ergay. The Ergay art went for a lot. So this is 425,000, but there was a cover up above. I'll show it really quick because I might have accidentally skipped it. I think it was the same artist. And this is what Tintin. Okay, let me see something really quick. Oh, it was this. Yeah, so this went for 1,125,000. My apologies, I didn't click on it. I thought it was like a spot illustration, but I don't know what is it exactly. Maybe it's a cover for the first issue. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so that went for 1,000,002. Is that what it was? 1,125,000. God, that is a lot of money. Okay, let's continue, my friends. What do we have here? Frank Bruner, Doctor Strange. Ooh, this is nice. Damn, that's cool looking. I don't remember this piece, but there's a small part of me that thinks that I more likely must have seen it before. Man, this is really cool looking. I actually kind of remember seeing Frank Bruner's work in something else and kind of liking it, like thinking it was pretty cool looking. He's got a nice sense of like subtle lighting going on. Like he doesn't put like real deep shadows, but he lights everything quite nice. Like this is all rendered really great. It's very very nice. Okay, good job, Frank Bruner. You are cool. All right, we've looked at this piece before, but not in these circumstances. So this sold June 16th, 2022, for $400,000, $408,000. This is from Spider-Man 16. Pretty sure it's the last issue. I'll double check in a second. But man, it's cool. The Toddster. Man, that's cool. That almost looks like his signature's a paste up. It's weird that it discolored, so I don't know. Maybe it was. And what was it? Yeah. Oh, it's the 16 cover. Okay. All right. Dave Cockrum. Another Cockrum. I'll be honest, seeing what's in these top auctions, and there's other auction houses that sell very expensive comic art. I'm a little surprised that there's not some more variety, to be honest. But it's interesting that, like, so we've seen two Dave Cockrum pieces, and yet we've not seen a have we seen a John Byrne? No, we haven't seen a John Byrne. We haven't seen any Buscema. We haven't seen, you know what I mean? Like, it's interesting who achieved these heights. And again, Heritage is just one auction house, but still it is kind of interesting. And then, like, I mean, and obviously some of it's character driven, first appearance is always going to be a big deal. You know, in some ways, the modern piece of Jim's, although it was a triple gatefold, is impressive because that was done in the 2000s, and the fact that it reached a $500,000 is incredible. And again, I know that he had an older piece that sold for a lot too, but it's not as old, and age definitely encourages this. There's so many muscles. Very, very cool. Is this? Let me see one thing. Okay, I wasn't sure if this was one of the ones where, like sometimes they would do like not like jam issues, but they would work together. So classic McFarlane. Very, very iconic. What year did this sell? Let's see. Oh, 2012. Okay, this would definitely go for a lot more. This could probably go. I would say, I think a fair estimate would be between 1 and 1.5 million. Um, but it could go for more. I don't know though. Well, no one knows, as I've said before. But so it many years ago went for 358,000. So I'm like so much talking about the art sales that I'm not focusing on the art as much. I think again, are any of us going to get to these numbers? More likely no. But you never know. I mean, it's you know, never don't believe in yourself. But this is a pretty elite. Now, so look at this. Uh, so I just want to see this just because this is such an outlier. So Therese Nielsen, Magic, the Gathering Force of Will illustration from 1996, and this went for 350 grand. I mean, this has to be a record for Magic the Gathering original art. I don't know if this is like a very, very like significant card. Were they expecting it to go for this much? I mean, that's pretty incredible. Almost crazy, I would think. I mean, I would really be curious of what the original estimate was for. Do they have an estimate? I don't even know if they have estimates. I don't think they do estimates here. So here's a Ditko. Let me do. I'm gonna let my cat in the office really quick? Just look at this art for a second. God damn. While I open the door, she keeps scratching at it. Okay, I'm back. It's you probably can't hear it. It's just annoying me having like I can hear her bumping the door and then trying to scratch and get in. If I shut the door and they're in here, they'll want out, which is worse. So Don Heck, Tales of Suspense, Iron Man story page 10. This almost has a little Buscema in it, or to me, like this reminds me of a little bit of some of John Buscema stuff. I like his style. I actually really like the inking on this. It's actually very nice. It's a very elegant like line, and it's got a little bit of looseness to it. It's very well done. The anatomy on the fist is a little weird. Like these veins are kind of swirly whirly. It's not a big deal, but Iron Man looks pretty funny. All right, let's see. That was 336,000. This is a Frank Miller, Klaus Janson, Daredevil 165 cover. This sold just recently, June 21st, 2024. Went for $324,000. That's a cool piece. The paper really yellowed on this one, or browned. I don't know why. But yeah, it's cool. Not to me, not one of the more iconic Daredevil covers that they did, but still cool. Maybe because I had never owned this comic, or I don't think I do. This GI Joe cover is pretty cool. This is pretty iconic. So this is Ed Hannigan and Klaus Janson. Was this like the first appearance of Snake Eyes in the comic, or maybe not? There's popularities on the cover. This is a great issue though. So very expensive piece. All of these are. I mean, even for me, I'm almost slightly desensitized now. I'm like, only $312,000. I guess you could call that a sale. No, I'm kidding. I can't even imagine. All right. I've seen this piece on Heritage a bunch of times. Origins of Marvel Comics for Simon and Schuster. It's nice color piece. Hulk's hair. Okay. John Romita Sr., Amazing Spider-Man number 51 cover. Man, some clean art. Romita Sr., a lot of the originals that I've seen did have blue line pencil on it, which I think is kind of cool. Not everyone uses it. I like to sketch with blue line pencil, but I don't like it on my original art. So the only time that I'll use blue pencil is if I'm just practicing. If I'm gonna draw like 50 heads or anatomy or something like that. Sometimes just to mix it up, I'll grab a blue pencil and do a page or 5 or 6 pages worth of studies. Not studies, but like drawing out of your head. With the blue pencil. But yeah, I don't like to pencil over it after like I wouldn't want to pencil on top of that or ink it. But that's just me. Man, this is a nice page. Wow. Really good art. Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, this classic. This is funny. Okay, so this sold in 2020 for 300 grand, which was a big deal at the time because everyone that kind of followed it at the moment was had heard that Scott Williams sold it in the '80s for $450 or whatever it was, like less than 1,000, I think. Um, and yeah, it's got a sting seeing something sell for 300 grand. But I actually did. I did a recreation of this piece for Jim as a gift many years before the art sold at this auction, but maybe in like 2005, around then, so a long time ago. I mean, you're talking almost 20 years ago. But you know, I'd become friends with Jim at Wildstorm after being there for about 10 years, and he was always so nice to me, and he would, for Christmas, he would get me like a nice gift, or like he's just a real generous guy. And so I'd asked him one time, I don't know how I got the idea, but I said, is there a piece of art that you ever did that you didn't get back that you wish that you had? And he said that piece. So I did a really nice recreation of it for him. I even like hand painted the Zipatone, and he had it framed in his office at his old house. I don't know, or I have no idea if it is in his office currently, but he did used to have it hanging up, which was really cool. So this was, I wasn't paying attention, I was in my story mode. Sal Buscema. So good for Sal. So Sal got the Defenders #1 cover for $288,000. Obviously Sal probably didn't sell this piece himself. I mean, it's possible that some of these could have been sold by the original artist, but sadly, it's unlikely for most of the time. But it's cool that he's got a piece in this very iconic. We'll call it like the top 100 highest selling comic book pieces of all time. I think that's pretty neat. Neato. All right, we'll do 3 more, and then I'm gonna wrap it up. Let's see. Mike Zeck. This is Marvel Superheroes. Or we'll do like 6 more. We'll go fast because I'll do the next 2 rows because it was some different artists that we haven't seen. So I don't know the significance of this page. Maybe it's this. Is this the black symbiote? Like is... Yeah, okay. So this page is truly an iconic moment for all Spider-Man fans as we see the evolution of what would be Spidey's first in continuity black costume appearance. You notice that Thor's costume has been restored. Splits out black orbs, which quickly adheres to him. Interesting. Ta-da! There you go. That's a big deal. $288,000 worth of a big deal. All right. And look at this. Red Skull. $288,000 for Jack Kirby, Sid Shores, Captain America cover. 103 cover. We've got creepy evil dudes. We've got creepy other evil dudes. We've got people that look like they're from Creepy Magazine. We've got a pretty lady and Captain America and Red Skull. This is a good one. Worth every penny. All right. Let's go. We've got Jack Kirby, Chick Stone. Doom. This one sold in 2019. You jumped the gun, buddy. You jumped the gun. This would go for a lot more now. Oh, goodness. What did you do? Always hold on to the art. No. You never know. You just don't know. This hand is bigger than this hand. Sort of. All right. Enough criticisms, Rich. Just move along. Move along. All right. And I wanted to see this George Perez, and then we'll do Jim Aparo. So this is a George Perez 161 cover. They're covered in ants. Attacked by the Ant-Man. The most bizarre battle ever. I'll say. And how much did that go for? 288,000. Okay. And apparel. 288,000. A lot of these ended at 288,000. I wonder why that is. Was this a whole story? Oh, this is a whole story. So yeah, sometimes they don't do this all the time. So this is Jim Aparo, Mike DiCarlo, Batman number 428, A Death in the Family, Part 3, complete 22-page story. So that's actually, you get a lot of bang for your buck on this one. It does not look like it has the cover though. Let me see. Yeah, I'm not seeing the cover. Yeah, it doesn't look like it comes with the cover, but everything else. Interesting. Oh yeah, we don't have time to go through all the pages, so you can always come back if you're a big Aparo fan. All right, and then the last one, we're going to do this John Romita Sr. Amazing Spider-Man 60 cover. Then we'll call it a night. And another one that ended at 288. That is really interesting. I'm calling that a new tier. The 288 Club. You got any pieces in the 288 Club? And you go, no, I don't. Someday, maybe. Oh, Bitter Victory. Man, this is a great piece. So good. All right, look, you guys have a great day. I am intending to come back to YouTube. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for the channel, though. I don't see myself going back and just doing, like, comic books. So I have to come up with more creative, a more creative angle, because it's just enough time has gone by. It's a very saturated market, and it's just to me it's a little bit too like low hanging fruit in terms of building a channel around it. So I'm gonna try to be creative and come up with some ideas. I don't want to do an art tutorial channel, so I can definitely tell you that that's not gonna happen, because I just don't want to. I don't want to do that. But I'll figure out something. So anyway, all right, look, you guys have a great day, great night, and I'll be back sometime this week with something, and I'll try to figure out what it is. But I want to try to revolve around comics. I don't mind doing like manga, maybe some animated stuff. I'm not really sure, but we'll figure it out. But okay, have a great day. I'll talk to you later. Hopefully the audio isn't too bad on this. I took apart my whole computer area, and when I put it back together, the audio has not been good for anything since I put it back together. So I'm not 100% sure what is glitching or what the deal is, but I'm trying to figure it out. But hopefully the audio isn't too bad on this. But all right, I'll talk to you later. Bye.